Good evening, everyone. My name is Cicleri Lopez. I recently graduated from Rosary Academy and will continue my studies at Cal State San Marcos this upcoming fall. Go Cougars! Not too long ago, Quinn had asked me to come up here and share my personal experience being part of Boys of Gross Hope for the past 4 years. Initially, I was hesitant about the idea since public speaking isn't my strongest suit, but with her encouragement, I found the confidence to speak with you today. Having the opportunity to share this personal story that is incredibly close to my heart, a story of transformation, growth, and the incredible power of community. Sorry guys, this program not only altered the course of my life, but also played a significant role in shaping who I am today. But before I list off the amazing things about this program, let's talk a little bit about me first. A fun and unique thing about me is that I am adopted. Approximately 10 years ago, my siblings and I were taken out of my birth mother's care after a report was made to Child Social Services about my situation and concern of others. To be clear, my birth mother was not a terrible person. She just wasn't what you would consider caring and reliable. She was dealing with depression, the pressure of raising 4 kids, and several abusive relationships, which led her to believe that substance misuse was her only source of happiness. As a result, she was not very present in our lives. I found myself in a situation that for a considerable time I was to blame for. I believed that by offering more assistance, perhaps the family situation would improve. Because I was the oldest, I was expected to step into a maternal role. So instead of an 8-year-old worrying about which Barbie she wanted, or, sorry guys, arguing over whose turn it was to watch TV, my routine was quite different. I would get up, have my siblings and myself ready for the day, attend school, come home, clean, cook, finish my homework, and help my siblings with anything if needed. Then lights out, only to repeat the cycle the next day. There was no time to be a child after school. My concerns were more serious, like a sibling's fever or a broken heater in the winter. This routine was my norm until everything changed when I went to live with my foster parents. I've experienced numerous changes in my life, and this was one of them. Another significant change was joining Boys of Gross Hope and adapting to a completely new routine and environment. As the youngest member at the time, I was genuinely scared. I transitioned from being the oldest and providing help to being the youngest and receiving help. And at the time, I wasn't used to the idea of receiving help. Many people, myself included, tend to overlook their struggles and hardships, not out of forgetfulness, but because of shame or embarrassment. And for a while, especially when I first joined the program, that's exactly how I felt. I thought that my circumstances were defining me with a label. I feared that if I shared my situation with others, I would be perceived differently, which was certainly not what I wanted. Many people in the program helped me understand that this story belonged to me and that there was no reason to feel ashamed. I felt comfort in knowing that I was accepted just the way I was. But let me share a little known fact about change. Did you know the average individual will wait for red lights to turn green for around 6 months of their life? 6 months. That's a half a year. Now, why was this even mentioned? Because we occasionally find ourselves stuck while we wait for anything to change, just like those red lights. In my case, growing up, I experienced many people coming in and out of my life. So I became accustomed to these custom changes. I built emotional walls to avoid attachment and the feeling of abandonment. However, with the support of this program, I learned to trust others and form strong bonds with many people. I think that this is probably one of the best things about this program, the community and the support of others. I've been involved in this program since my freshman year, and as I mentioned earlier, I started as the youngest member, and now I'm leaving as the oldest. You might assume that living in a house full of women led to a lot of disagreements, and you wouldn't be entirely wrong. However, over the years, I've witnessed the personal growth of the girls who have come and gone, each one a dedicated individual whom I admire and inspire to be. I had role models to look up to, and now I have younger girls looking up to me. I hope that some of the choices I've made will serve as examples to help them become better versions of themselves. For me, the girls' house was more just the place to stay. It was a home. Even though I'll be moving on to a new chapter in my life, and they may feel a sense of loss as I head off to college, I'll never forget the wonderful times we shared at that home. The laughter, the tears, and yes, even the disagreements. And in these moments, that you truly understand the power of community, where you can be yourself. Whether it was staying up past our bedtimes to play pranks and pie each other, or sing our hearts out to Stand By Me on repeat. These types of memories and relationships are the ones that can last a lifetime. This program has been an incredible opportunity and beneficial to me in numerous ways, in which I could spend hours listening to them all. I'll leave you with this final reflection. When I was placed in my first and only foster home, a lot of people warned me that I would eventually turn out like my mother. This included family, friends, teachers, peers, and many more. I eventually started to believe it. I began to become the person that I feared most. I lost interest in my future, and then one day I discovered a crucial lesson. It is beneficial to understand my mother's struggles and mistakes she had made, because they were her mistakes, not mine. I used to think negatively about my early years, and I now reflect on that dreadful time and use it as a driving force in my life. Thanks to my drive and motivation, I found the means to pay for my private education at Rosary Academy with the program and be the first person in my family to attend college. I have vowed to not let my past be an obstacle in my path to success, which is something I learned during my years here. My life experiences, although difficult, have taught me many lessons that I hope one day share with others to make a positive impact. And I am entirely grateful to each and every one of you in this room, or outside, because they're not only my achievements, but yours. Thank you.